Another 3 points in the bag. And we're coming from a slightly different place today. We're coming from LA. Aston Villa match review. Welcome back to another video on the channel, Newcastle fans. I'm coming from very, very sunny LA for this one. I'm here for the Super Bowl, although there was only one really big game today, biggest game in the world, and it certainly wasn't the Rams versus the Bengals. It was Newcastle versus Aston Villa. And we've just got another fucking fantastic 3 points. I'll cheers to that.
Cheers.
I'm joined by my new friend, Simon, today. Simon is a part of Los Angeles Newcastle Supporters Club. We hoped there might have been a few more came today for the game, but there's only ended up being 2 of us.
It's sad. 6 a.m. kickoff is tough.
6 a.m. kickoff.
And LA is a very spread out city, so I'll give my fellow LA Newcastle supporters
of
the
course
benefit of the doubt.
We
were there in spirit.
We have had to get up at 6 a.m. But if there is one thing before I touch on the Aston Villa match, if there is one thing that I can say sums up our fan base, it is the fact that me flying 11 hours to LA looking for someone to watch the Newcastle game with, it's 6 fucking o'clock in the morning, could reach out, and this gentleman here, obviously originally from the UK, as you can probably tell by the accent, he reached out and said, if you want to come and watch the first half on my sofa before the pubs open, you can do so. So I went to a random guy's house who I've never met before to watch the first half of the Newcastle game, and here we are a couple of hours later, sharing a couple of beers.
All good.
Toasting a fantastic victory. What did you think of today's game, Simon? Happy with that?
I mean, you can't be anything other than happy, right?
No, of course.
Jesus.
Of course.
You look at a couple of months ago how we were.
Yeah.
And now it's so much better to watch. Like,
absolutely.
We're not sitting back after scoring in the 5th minute. I mean, I went to the Man United game and that's exactly what we did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just feel it's completely different, and this is the first time I feel that we may not get relegated.
Yeah. And I think Simon probably speaks for me, and I would like to hope every Newcastle fan watching this video now that after a week like what we've just had, with the new signings coming in as well, like, don't forget, Bruno, our new 30-40 million pound player, he hasn't even really touched the sides of our team yet. He's played about, I think, 4 minutes in total for us over 2 games.
And we've still won twice.
Exactly. So we've got him to come in. Matt Targett today at left back was missing because obviously he wasn't able to play. So there are players not even featuring, and we are still picking up results. So there's something, I don't know whether the trip to Saudi Arabia for the players did them look the world of good. I don't know what has happened.
Playing more like a team, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Like a team.
Yeah, and admittedly today, me and Simon both agreed in terms of watching the Aston Villa game intensely like you normally would. The beers were getting consumed. We were chatting out. You know, I was asking him every single.
It was 6 a.m.
Yeah, exactly, 6 a.m. So it was coffee, beer. But again, I don't think Aston Villa caused us too many problems today. They didn't. And you're talking about a team where everyone's coming into this saying, "Oh, Coutinho this, Coutinho that, yeah. Stevie Gerrard this, Stevie Gerrard that." And we weren't.
That's a big game. Like, they're not even supposed to be a relegation rival, really. Mm-hmm. So the fact we've beaten them, I think is big.
Absolutely fantastic.
Right.
And standout performer today for me was Dan Burn on his debut. I talked about on my preview for the Everton game midweek about how amazing it was to sign someone who supports Newcastle, because that never happens anymore. There are not many decent players. As bad as that probably tells you everything about how bad our academy is, but there are not many decent players in the Premier League or in England or Europe that support Newcastle United. Apart from like a couple abroad who might say, "Oh, I watched the movie Goal once," or "I've heard of Alan Shearer." There's not many who say they are. You know, and the fact he's from Northumberland, he came in today, and I cannot imagine how nervous he was. His whole family in the stands, his boyhood dream is coming true as he walks out to St James's Park. And I tell you what, he put in a fantastic performance today. He did. And Lascelles, he looked better against Everton midweek, but he's come out. Burns come in. We've probably looked a lot more solid. Is that Lascelles done now for you, or?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
I was impressed in the Everton game. I mean, you know, he had the goal and he came back straight away from it. But
I think if nothing had been changed,
I don't
in the
think you
Everton
can get
game,
sentimental about it. I think you've got to look at who's better, and I think that decision maybe needs to be made. But
again, after the Everton game, I think I said that if he didn't change anything for this match, you couldn't blame him because we were very good against Everton. He has changed things, and now I'm looking at the team thinking, right, we were all on the cells back a bit before that Everton game. He's come out. Dan Burn has looked solid. So, do you bring Lascelles back in? I don't think you do.
I think
unless there's injuries now, that could be Lascelles out for a fair bit of time.
I agree.
Trippier again. I know he went off injured in the second half, which I'm hearing could be serious. So I'm going to touch wood. I'm going to touch any wood that I can. That's not too serious. He was. How did we sign Kieran Trippier?
I don't know, for £12 million.
Even if it rises to maybe 25 or whatever it might do, it's still a snip. It's an absolute snip.
He's changed the whole ethos of the team, I think.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So that will be a big blow if he's out. But
yeah, I mean, even
we need to get past the point where we're individual players.
Yeah.
We've just got to get on with it. But it'll be a blow if he's injured.
You don't expect to see it very often with defenders, but the fact that he has actually contributed 2 massive goals in 4 days, we are instantly not only
we're not used to that.
not only defensively are we losing a really, really solid player, but we're also losing someone who's contributing goals. So those set pieces now, yes, we've got Shelvey, which I think Shelby's probably scored 1 free kick in his time with us.
Hopefully the confidence is up, but no, he would be a blow.
He would.
There's no doubt.
He would. So again, I'm going to keep... We don't know yet how serious it is. I've seen him in a boot, which does not look good. But he was another standout for me today. Again, I thought Willock, who I've been very critical of for a while now, I thought he is starting to look a lot better. He wants the ball more. He seems more confident. Maximin today... Again, he's someone who I've been critical of. Then against Everton, he was fantastic. So again, he didn't really have a very good day. I thought his decision making today was.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's fantastic until sort of last shot. But he scores those odd goals, so I don't criticise. But you can't. I'd rather have him than not.
Yeah, you can't. You can't put him out. You can't.
He can improve.
So. With regards to Chris Wood, again, it's someone who I've been very critical of. Chris Wood today looked... I want him to do well. He's come in, he's Burnley's man, he's a very old-fashioned style centre-forward. He likes the ball into feet. Over the top, because he's very good in the air, but he just looks like a frozen statue. And for me, Chris Wood at the moment needs to be doing a bit more. He doesn't seem like he's busting a gut.
No, he does. At the moment, it's a benefit that we took him away from Burnley.
Has he made us better? It's very early days, and I think he will. He might be one of them strikers. I know it's the case for a lot. Once he gets one,
yes,
it's like
I think so.
Yeah,
he's trying.
Yeah,
definitely trying.
Yeah. But now I sit here. Yes, I'm probably about 5 or 6 beers deep, so everything seems more positive when you're in LA in the 28-degree sunshine with a new friend on board, drinking pints at this time of the morning. Yes, it is very fucking early. I do think now we're going to stay up, and I'm not going to sit here and say we are going to stay up or anything of any kind like that. But for a team in the relegation zone to win 3 games in a row, Leeds, not an easy place to go. Villa, decent team on paper. Obviously Everton, because they've been bad under Rafa Benitez, that was the one you'd probably look at and think I'd like to get something from that. But then they got a new manager, so that was a worry.
I think today was big. It was big.
It was
because
huge,
Aston Villa
huge.
are not relegation candidates, so I think to win against them is great.
And I think
I feel more positive now than I was doing.
Excellent,
this morning.
And I think you're speaking for, again, I know I keep saying it, you're speaking for this, he's probably speaking for most Newcastle fans now, because we haven't seen, I couldn't even tell you the last time we saw back-to-back wins. I mean, before Leeds, we'd won 1 game all season. So it's huge, and I think it's only going to get better now because the players are going to get more and more confident. The new signings are yet to come in, because I've got no doubts. I was in a bar last night with a guy who knows Bruno from birth, he reckons. I put it on my Instagram, and he says that he's going to be one of the best players in the Premier League, a Brazilian bloke. So he's still to come in. I'm happy. No, I'm very, very happy. Just before we go, I've got some quick questions for you, Simon. Obviously, everyone watching my few subscribers that I have. I don't have many. You're a Newcastle fan in LA. What's your story? Give them a bit of background. Why are you living in LA with a Newcastle shirt on?
Okay, so my mum is from Newcastle. My dad is from Grimsby. So I had to pick a team, and it wasn't too difficult, though they're both playing black and white. So,
that's good, yeah. It was always going to be black and white.
I lived in London, so I grew up in the north, and I lived in London for 10 years before I moved to Los Angeles, but I used to travel back up to St James's Park to games. I used to take my colleagues from London and America up to Newcastle. Amazing city, obviously.
And then you moved here for work.
And then I moved here. I moved from our London office to our LA office, and have tried to continue the selling the Newcastle United dream.
And
which
this is how many Newcastle fans currently exist in LA.
Not many.
There's not many of us.
But to be fair, it is the Super Bowl today.
So it is Super Bowl day. It is.
A lot of them are saving themselves for the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer they were saving themselves for the actual biggest game of the day. But
that's what I told them it was. But
so if you are ever in America, what I would tell anyone to do is make sure you search supporters groups on Facebook. I've met New York fans now, Miami fans, LA fans. Now, whenever Simon comes over to St James's now, I'll probably meet him for a beer.
Definitely.
And we currently drink in Ye Old King's Head, which is an English pub in LA. So anyone, not that there's going to be...
Right by the beach.
Right by the beach. So I'm going to finish this, enjoy our result today, probably have another 5 or 6 of these, pretend to watch the Super Bowl, and happy fucking days, Newcastle fans. Let's enjoy these days because they don't come along very often. Onwards and upwards from here. Yes. If you've liked this video, make sure you click like, click subscribe, get us on Facebook and Instagram. So me and Simon are going to go and drink another 4 or 5 of these. Howie the fucking lads. Cheers.